basic dynamic analysis. Now, when you analyze a sample, you start with basic static analysis. We're going to have to download this file. I'm going to copy the link and download it inside my Windows machine. This file is not included in the machine I gave you to use. It's just used for this one project. Most everything is in here, but not that one. So that's going to download key.7zip. And, that's disturbing. Let's see if this machine is not connected to the internet properly. I thought it was. Ping google.com. It is. Well, what is that garbage? Ping Sam's class. .info. All right, you're just lying, telling me you can't find samsclass.info. Well, there. Okay, it downloaded. It's just whining about it for no apparent reason. It did download the file. All right, so now we look in the downloads folder. And there is key.7z at the bottom there. Okay, so now you have to extract it with 7-zip with a password of malware. This is usually what you do when you have malicious files. So you right-click and then show more options, because they've hidden the options menu in Windows 11 just to irritate you. And 7-zip, extract here. And the password is malware. This is how you avoid people accidentally running malicious files. If you're throwing them around, the convention is to encrypt them with the password of malware. So now I have the executable file, key.exe. Now, okay, now I'm not going to run it yet, because in dynamic analysis, you run a bunch of monitoring tools, and then you execute it. Besides, we're going to start by doing static analysis. So we'll start with PEView and see what that can make of it. So PEView is already installed on this machine. There it is, PEView. And I load that file, which is in downloads. And, it's sorting into some stupid way just to irritate me. It is possible to get rid of the stupid sorting. If I make this big enough, well, I can search. That's another way to defeat Microsoft's attempt to hide everything from me. There it is, key.exe. All right. So this is going to show me properties, which is not what I wanted at all. So let me try this again. Somehow PEView did not run. PEView. Okay, PEView, open. And I'm looking for it. Okay, here's key.exe and open. And all it's showing me is properties instead of letting me see PEView, which is very strange. All right, let me try and find out what the problem is here. Maybe it's C Tools PEView I have to run. It should be in Tools. What's that?
It's not pinned to the start? Because on my VM it's pinned to the start.
Right, it should have been pinned to start, but there's nothing in Tools. Okay, maybe I don't have PEView installed on this machine. I thought I did. Let's see, PEView.exe is an app. Let's open the file location and try to find out what's going on here. It's in downloads. Oh, and it's in some kind of dependencies or something. All right, I guess I have to download and install PEView. I thought this machine had everything installed on it, but apparently not. Let me go to here, and I can get the download link for PEView. I thought I had everything installed on this machine, but apparently not. So here's PEView. Copy. That should be the download location, right? I think it is. Copy link. All right. And then download it here. That's annoying. What is this garbage? Oh, Firefox updater. I don't care about the updater. All right, let's see if Edge is going to run without wasting my time on stupidity. Okay, now I can paste into here. All right. And I can get PEView. Okay. There we are. Now it's in the downloads folder. Yes. Okay, now it's done. Then I can go there and unzip it. And There it is. Okay. Extract all. Extract. Okay, there it is. Finally. There we are. I can finally open this key file, which is going to be in downloads, if it will let me go there. There we go. And I sure would like to get it to stop grouping stuff, but it looks like that's not in the cards. So search is the way to get through this confusing list. All right, there we are, and then open. All right, so now we can finally see this. Let me change the font to make it more readable. Bold and 16 might be all right. There we are. So now we can see what's going on here. And let me go to the instructions and see what we're trying to find here, which is this one. All right. So we're going to look at the import address table, and we'll see what it imports here. So that's going to be here is the import address table. And so you see it has advanced API 32, and it just uses a few registry manipulation routines. And down here, it's got a bunch of things imported from kernel 32, which are basic things, and here it's got some stuff about Windows. So, the only thing you really gain from this is the information that it does manipulate the registry. All right. And you can use bin text. Let's see if I have bin text on this machine. And I have the zip file, so let's open the file location. All right, and then unzip it. All right. And now I have bin text, so we can look at the strings. I'm going to close this in case that locks the file, and browse to downloads. And search for key because the Microsoft operating system is hiding the file just to drive me nuts. And that's the 7-zip, which is the wrong one. Here's the right one, key.exe. All right, and then go. All right, and now I see the usual strings like the program cannot be run in DOS mode, text. These are the names of the sections. Then some random junk that isn't really strings but just looks like strings. And then you scroll down through here looking for readable things. Now this is a really strong indicator. You have the description of keys like right click, caps lock, up arrow. This is probably a keylogger. Keyloggers have to have these descriptions of key presses. That's a pretty strong indicator. And here you have what looks like a really strong indicator of compromise. You've got a file name. There, C Windows VMX32to64.exe. It probably creates a file like that, which is intended to look like a video driver or something of that sort. And here you see a registry key, which is really suspicious. This is the Windows run key. If you put a value there, it will automatically launch that file in every reboot. So right away we can tell it appears to create an executable file here, which is part of its operation, and it creates a run key to automatically relaunch. So you can figure out quite a lot from these strings. Like I say, they're very useful. All right, and so now we're going to do dynamic analysis. So we start with Process Explorer and Wireshark. All right, so let me get rid of everything that's running here. And let's see if we have Process Explorer and Wireshark on here. All right, I guess I have to download the sysinternals tools. All right, they should be here. Well, the only one I want is Process Explorer right now. I also want Process Monitor. So let me see if I can just Google for them. Let's see if Firefox is going to launch yet. Okay, download sysinternals tools. There we are. The whole sysinternals suite is in one spot. That will save me a lot of time. And there, download the whole thing. Very good. Okay. There it comes. Good. And while that's going, let's see if I have Wireshark. Don't have that either, so I'll start that coming down. Wireshark.org. I think it's the .org. I'll know when I see the web page. There's the right one and there's a wrong one. This is the right one. Okay. Windows 64, Windows ARM, which is what we are here. Okay. And what is this garbage? Dismiss whatever this garbage is. Okay. All right. And this. Okay, they're both coming down, but they're nearly done. All right. So I can extract the sysinternals tools. Extract all. Extract. All right. And the immediate thing I wanted to use was Process Explorer, I think, or was it Process Monitor? It was Process Explorer. Okay, let's run that. That's in this list. There it is. Process Explorer 64. That should work. All right, I agree to the terms. There we go. Now I can see all the processes running on my machine. Here's all the background processes that Windows runs before logging in. And I'm going to minimize that. Here's where you log in with the Explorer. WinLogin here, and Explorer draws the desktop. And all these colored ones down here are the ones running with my privileges because I've logged in. So that's useful information. That'll help me monitor what happens here. Then I want to run Wireshark. Let's see if Wireshark is ready to go yet. Here, downloads. There's Wireshark, good. And it automatically got me the ARM version, or I think I chose it off the menu, but anyway, that's the right thing to do. Good. Should be installing, and so it is. Next. What is this garbage? Noted? Okay, noted whatever that nonsense is. Next. Okay. Next. Next. Okay. The developers feel like they have to inform me about a lot of stuff I don't care about. I found out late about some quizzes. You can still take quizzes, go ahead. Doesn't matter. If you're taking them late, it'll be fine. Good, all right. And this should be installed. Okay, while it's installing, let me skip that and go on to the next one, because it's going to turn out there's no network traffic from this program anyway. Let's install and start Process Monitor, which is probably the most important thing to show you today. Let's see if I can get into the sysinternals folder, which is here. Okay, and get rid of this garbage. Okay, and Process Monitor. There we go, proc dump. All right, let's sort these alphabetically. And it's not actually sorting them yet. Let's try that again. Name. Okay, now it's sorted them. Okay, now procmon. There we go. And there's procmon 64, which I guess will work. We'll try it. I thought I might need Process Monitor 64A for an ARM system, but we will see. Yep. Okay, I need to get it. Okay. You can't run it on this Windows on ARM unless you get that one, and when you download the whole sysinternal seat, you don't get it, which is irritating. Download procmon. That means the sysinternals whole suite download must have been designed before they wrote Windows on ARM, which is a fairly new tool, or new version. So now I download it here. Come on. Okay. Now I'll get a zip file, which should include 3 components. Process Monitor, extract all, maybe I hit something else. Right click, extract all. Okay, extract, there we go. There we are. Now I get Procmon 64A, which is what you need for Windows on ARM, which is what I'm running here. So I'm trying to launch it and it's giving me grief. There we go. All right. Okay, there. Now it's already sniffing and capture is not currently running. I could start it with one of these buttons. Here's how you define the filter. First, I'm going to not have any filter. And then now it starts. And you see many events, 11,000, 12,000, 14,000. So it's finding a lot of events. Now, one of these will stop it. It's this one. That's the one that stops it. So now it's stopped. Here's the one that cleans out the existing events. Now, I want to filter. Now, the professional way to do it would be to run it and then exclude everything that's currently there. So I'd go to this and right-click Procmon 64 and exclude that. And then I would exclude LSASS and continue. And you have to do this about 30 times to get rid of everything. However, the sloppy way, which is what I'm going to do because I don't have the patience for that, is to just include the malware name, which is going to be filter. And now I'm going to say process name includes. Should be an option. Contains, there we are, key. There, I'll only see things that include the word key. And say, okay, and you did not add the, that's right, you have to add it now. All right, there we go. And now, it's sniffing, 236,000 and so on, and I can start the sniffing again, and this number is going up and up, but nothing appears because I've hidden all the events. So I'm going to stop it and clear it again. And while I'm at it, I'm going to see if I can figure out how to make the font bigger. Here we go. Bold and bigger. All right. There, now we're ready to monitor events that use the word key. And I think I'm not going to bother running Wireshark in the demo because I know there is no network traffic for this thing. So when you're done, now you run the malware as administrator, and you won't see any traffic in Wireshark because this does not do any networking. And then we'll be able to see it in Process Monitor, however. So let's run it here. I go to the Downloads folder, and in here I have, if I sort by name, there's key.exe. So I run it as administrator. Now I'd like to show you the Process Explorer while this launches because it's interesting. There's Process Explorer, and let me see if I can make the font bigger here. View, options, font, there we go. Let's make it bigger. All right. Now, there you see that. And let me close Firefox to clean this up a bit. Let's get rid of some of these extra processes we don't need. There we go. And you see when a process is closed, they turn red. And it looks like there's still some Firefox running. Okay, it's finally cleaned it up. So now you see down here the whole user space, which is only about 10 or 15 processes. And now when I run this malware here, key.exe, watch what happens here. It's going to launch something and terminate something. It's kind of interesting to watch. If I run this as administrator, and then approve the escalation. All right, so over here, we're going to see, it's been blocked. Okay, this is irritating. We have to overcome Microsoft's attempt to save us. We're going to have to right-click and go to Properties, which they seem to have hidden. Oh, here it is, Properties. And then, oh, yes, I thought we would see block down there. Okay. Normally, you see a block you can unblock there. I wonder what I have to do to run it now. Let's try running it again and see if I can figure out how to overcome Microsoft's attempt to stop us from doing this. Yes. And what does it say? It says something like Windows. Okay, Smart Control. Smart App Control has blocked this app. Okay, let me Google. This is a new one. This is Windows 11. They keep adding stuff. Smart App Control. blocked my file. How do I overcome that? Let's find out how to override that. Okay, blocks files that are unsigned or so on. How to turn it off to run your file. There we go. This video demonstrates it. You open Windows Security. Okay, so this is something you'll need to know to do the project, and I'll have to add it to the project. Open Windows Security, App and Browser Control, Smart App Control Settings, toggle them to off. Let me save this in my notes to add to the project. And this is Microsoft for you. They're always adding new stuff. And this is PMA 221. All right, let's see if that works. Windows Security, App and Browser Control. All right, Windows Security. Windows Security, okay. And yes, there we are. And App and Browser Control, okay. Yes, okay, here we go. There is App and Browser Control, okay. And now, Smart App Control Setting has to be turned off. Smart App Control Settings, off, okay. Yes, I'm sure. All right. That's some new feature Microsoft has added to Windows 11, and it correctly realized I'm running malware. So maybe that has fixed the problem. So now let's try running key.exe as administrator and see if Windows will let us do that. I'm going to sort by name again. And it's, it looks like it deleted it. That's rude. All right, I have to unzip it again. Show more options. 7-zip. Extract here. Okay. Malware. There it is, key.exe. Okay. So now I can right-click, run as administrator, and approve the privilege escalation. And then we should see, there we are. See, it launches here, key and con host. All right. And so there it is. It launched key.exe, and it has a child here. And there, I think you find the first flag, PMA 221 here. Yep. So there's a flag there you can find when you're running it. And now we can reserve it in Process Monitor. So Process Monitor was looking for things named key. So let's see if I can find Process Monitor. Should be running somewhere. There it is. Okay. Oh, I forgot to run it. Okay, this is rude. All right. This is a mistake students often make too. Somehow they run it before they're sniffing. And I think I have some instructions what to do in this case in the project instructions. Test out the keylogger. Removing persistence. Yeah, all right. I think I have to delete the, I have to delete this file and delete persistence. There might be instructions somewhere in the instruction, but if you run it and you aren't ready, then you're going to have to clean it off. And the way to clean it off is you have to remove that run key. So let me go and regedit. It's good to get all these in the demonstration. I managed to make the mistake students often make because that Microsoft security product distracted me from the task at hand. So in here, I have to remove the registry key, which is HKey current user software Microsoft. If I can find regedit. Okay, HKey current user software Microsoft. Windows current version. And run. All right. And There it is, this VMX32 to 64. I need to delete this thing. Right-click, delete. All right. Now I need to delete that file, and the file is VMX32 to 64, and I don't know if I remember where it is. Right, this is how you delete the registry key. I did that. To delete the file itself, I'm trying to remember where it is. I think it might be C Windows System 32. Let's see. When we ran strings up here, we saw the full path to it. There. C Windows VMX32 to 64. Okay, I want to delete that file. First, I have to stop the running process, which is this thing. So there it, I thought it was here. Looks like key has stopped running all by itself, which is screwy. Oh, it's called VMX. No, it's not. Okay. All right. So now I'll just delete that file in C Windows, which is, that's not the right operating system. Okay, C Windows. There's C. Windows. Okay, and it should be the most recently modified thing, which apparently, there it is, nope, it's not. Okay, let's try VMX. There it is, VMX32 to 64. I'll delete this file. There. All right, and I think that'll be enough to see the action when we run it. We're going to see Windows Defender found threats. I thought I'd turned Defender off. Let's fix that. Defender, Windows Security.
What image are you using here?
What's that?
What image are you using? Because this is all off on the...
I know, it should have been off. That's why I don't understand. Yeah, I must have some bad image here. Anyway, virus and account that protection. Yes, I thought this machine had everything installed because it had the debugger, but I seem to not have all the setups correctly. Now I'm trying to get to virus, wait, that's garbage. Virus and threat protection. Let's try searching again. I know, I should have a machine somewhere with this stuff all turned off. Although I'm not sure I made one for the ARM platform. The people on the ARM platform, I think they have to manually set it up like this. So I want to have allowed threats, and then that's not it. Okay, I want to find virus and threat protection settings. There we go. And exclusions there. And add or remove exclusions. Ah, good, it's just waiting to elevate me. All right. I would like to add or remove exclusions, but it is not showing me the box I need to see. There it's coming, it's just being slow. Okay, add exclusions. Folder. And that would be C. There we go. All right. There we go. So now it won't do that anymore. All right. And so maybe I'll be okay. So I don't think I need this anymore. What I really care about is proc monitor. That's what I wanted to show you. So I'm going to start sniffing with proc monitor, and then I'm going to try running this keylogger as administrator, and I think the Windows Defender deleted it again. Yep, I have to extract it again. It's good to have that encrypted thing there because the malware scanner can't find it, so it doesn't delete it. 7-zip, extract here, malware. Okay, that should create a key.exe file. And it does, and now when I run that as administrator, there I go. I get all the interesting actions that it does here. That's what I wanted to see. So I'm going to stop sniffing, and you can see what it does here. Many interesting things. That's why this is a really powerful tool, and we're going to use it a lot. You can see what it does in many ways. It goes to the prefetch to record the fact that you run this recently. It loads libraries. These are Windows on Windows libraries used to create an environment to run this tool, which is a 32-bit x86 tool. So it has to run it through a couple of sort of virtualization-like libraries to run it. And here's more and more of this Windows on Windows stuff loading. And here's registry keys being written. And here it's loading more libraries. Here it's making the console host to run a command line tool. And here's more Windows on Windows stuff. And see if I can spot anything else just scrolling through here. Here it is, querying something about the file itself to get it going, and referring to the file itself many times. Then here it is going to the control set in the registry, and somewhere in here we're going to see it set that run key, which is what gives it persistence. We might be able to see it by, actually it's looking pretty productive to just scroll through this and look for interesting stuff. Advanced API, these are the Windows libraries loading. Here is harmless registry changes. Here's user32.dil. Here it is creating the VMX32-64, which is the persistent file. It created that file, and here it is doing more things with that file. And now that it's created that file, it's going to write the run key. We should see that pretty soon. Here it is referring to that file and that file again. And here it is setting the run key. The run key is what creates persistence. So we've seen quite a lot happen there. And I think if you look in the project, there's several flags or things you find by looking there. This tool is Process Monitor is quite useful. So you see the steps the malware is taking. And here it is creating an executable file in the Windows directory, see Windows VMX32-64. And here it is creating the run registry key, which makes it relaunch every time you restart it. And now you can test it out. If you type something in here, let's say a notepad, just so you can type and see what you're doing, I can say, hello. Oh, gee, make it a new page. Okay, hello. I am typing secrets. All right, and if you look in the folder where the malware is running from, which is the downloads folder, it creates a file here with all your key presses being stolen. There it is, log.txt. If you open that, there it is. Hello, I am typing secrets, and it also has tab, shift, and all that control. It records all your key presses. So it's a running keylogger, storing all that data locally. And you can also go in and see the registry keys. If you can kill the process, and then, all right, you can. If you restart the machine, it will show you that it relaunches, and you find it launches this VMX34 file. Originally, it runs as key.exe. When you restart it, it runs under this different name, and you can find the persistence in the registry where we already went to delete it. So that's what I wanted to show you. And if you do these projects, there's a modified version of it called Key12 that does have some network traffic, which you can monitor. So that's what I wanted to show you of that one. And I think that's the only demo for today because it took a lot longer than I expected. However, those troubleshooting steps are not a waste of time. A lot of students will probably have to do similar kinds of troubleshooting.